Perfect.
Hi guys. Okay, not really sure why I'm doing this yet. Well, I'm about to have gastric bypass surgery, and I wanted to make a little video diary. So it's a year and a half, 2 years down the line, and I'm at that point where I can easily start gaining weight. I can remind myself of the journey that I've taken, the pain I've been through, the suffering that the negative side of it had, and hopefully make sure that I never get myself back into this position again. I think I might tie together and try and make a video to put onto YouTube as well. I found that when I was researching things myself, that there's a lot of bad information out there. There's a lot of information which isn't necessarily applicable in the UK. There's a lot of stories out there from American places, a lot of places that are selling surgery with what appear to be actors giving off their stories, and I just wanted to give the truth about everything. I wanted to say what it's actually like in the UK, what you'll actually go through, what you can expect, and hopefully help some people that are in the position that I'm in now. So currently I'm 6'1" or 183 centimeters tall. I'm 151.5 kilos. That's how much I weighed at my pre-op assessment, which was 3 days ago. I'm now less than a month, 27 days away from having my surgery. I opted for a gastric bypass. It may be the most extreme option, but I also think it's the best option, especially for me. So the pre-op was blood tests, weight checks, a lot of talking about pre-op diets, post-op diets, getting one of these things, which you kind of have to suck 15 times a day in the morning, 15 times a day at the night. It's to strengthen your lungs, so when you're on anaesthetic, it means your lungs won't stop working and you would die on the operating table, which would not be good. I'm having my operation done at St Mary's in Paddington. It's a university hospital, so they've asked us to partake in 2 studies, which I agreed to do. If I'm getting £10,000 worth of surgery on the NHS, I think the least I can do is try and help a couple of young doctors out with their PhDs. So I'm doing one which is a heart study, and it's to see the difference in strength of beats between being overweight and not being overweight. So on a Tuesday in a couple of weeks, I have to go have an MRI done after I've been exercising on a bike for 15 minutes. While I'm exercising, I need to have ECG type thing done, but it's like 100 on your chest rather than, you know, just a couple here and there. And then 6 months after the surgery, I have to do the same. The other one I'm doing is a fatty liver tissue test or something. So when I'm having my operation, they will remove part of my fatty tissue. They will remove a fingernail-sized piece of liver. They will look at the fatty tissue on the liver. They will look at the fatty tissue of me and compare the two and see if they can find a way of diagnosing fatty tissue disease earlier and causes it, etc., etc. So I was also given tons and tons and tons and tons of reading material and how-to guides and recipes and all that kind of stuff. My pre-op diet starts 2 weeks before my date. With my pre-op diet, it's not a lot of calories. I'm a little bit worried about it, to be fair. It's a low carb diet. The whole point of low carbohydrates is to get the glycogen out of your liver. So glycogen is stored carbohydrates or sugars. It makes your liver very big, makes your liver very heavy. They need that to be reduced so that they can work underneath the liver to gain access to the stomach and the intestines. If your liver is too heavy, if your liver is too big, they will simply sew you back up again and send you on your way. I've been on the waiting list now for about 3 years to get my surgery. So there is no way I'm risking this for the sake of 2 weeks of not eating very much. It definitely looks to me like more of a calorie deficit diet and carbohydrate free diet rather than just a carb diet. I did ask if I was allowed to bulk up on protein and things like that, and they said they'd prefer me not to. So I'm going to try and stick to it. When I've worked it out, it's about 950 calories a day, which is not a lot for a man my size. I'm also a restaurant manager, so I spend a large portion of my day on my feet, running around, burning calories. I also have to do half an hour of walking additional every day, which seems a little crazy considering I do somewhere between 15 and 20,000 steps a day at work. But I need to do it additional, so I'm going to break that up as, picking up the little one from school and walking the little one to school, etc., etc. It's only half an hour. It shouldn't be too much of a deal. Maybe I'll park further away in the car park at work, so I'll have to walk a little bit further to get to it. So I've got a little thing planned before I start my pre-op diet. It's a friend of mine's birthday, so we're going to go out, we're going to have some drinks, we're going to have some fun. Because, of course, once I get onto my pre-op diet and once I have my operation, drinking is going to be out the window for a good long time. The night before my pre-op diet starts, I'm going to have my favourite takeaway meal with my wife and with my daughter. Because it's going to be a long time till I can eat one of those again. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. It's going to be very strange to have to reteach myself how to eat again, how to drink again, how to live again, really. I'm planning on taking 3 weeks off work after the surgery. The papers that they gave said minimum a week if you're doing like an office type job. I don't do an office type job. I spend, as I said, restaurant manager on my feet all the time. So I'm going to aim for about 3 weeks off of work. Work has said that they will help me out with whatever they can because they don't actually do company sick pay. I've still got a little bit of holiday left I can use as well. Why am I doing this? I'm sick of being fat. I've been overweight since the age of 10. I've been bigger than I am now. I've been smaller than I am now. I've been everywhere in between. My biggest, I was 170 kilos. After that, I went onto a diet and I went down to 89 kilos. Then I went back up to about 140. Then I went onto a diet again and I went down for about 98, 101. That was where I was kind of sitting around. Then I've gone back up again and I'm now at 151. And because I've done this my entire life, I just want it fixed. I want to be able to go to a shop and buy clothes that I want to buy. I want to be able to cut my toenails easily. I want to be able to run around with my 5-year-olds. I want to have a life. And being overweight, as well as it making things difficult physically, it comes with a stigma. You're never just fat, you're fat and stupid, or you're fat and clumsy. And I'm not stupid, and I can be clumsy sometimes, but so can everybody. But there's this prejudice towards fat people, which I just don't understand. Just because you're fat doesn't mean you're unable to do anything that a skinny person can. I can outrun skinny people. I can outlift skinny people. I can do tons of crap that skinny people have no idea how to do. And I'm sick of it. That's a bit of a personal reason, but I don't want to be ill anymore. I'm type 2 diabetic. I have sleep apnea. I have hyperventilation syndrome. I have high cholesterol. I have high blood pressure. And I'm 38. And I know that if I continue down this path, I will probably not hit 55. And I want to see my daughter get married. I want to see my daughter have children. I want to be a granddad. I want to grow old with my wife. I want to do all those kind of things. And this surgery gives me an opportunity to restart my life with better health. I've had to give up smoking for it. I smoked for 25 years. and I've now given up smoking for 27, 28 days. I'm praying to God every day that when I finish my surgery, I won't be tempted to go back and smoke again. The time will tell with that one. I always did really enjoy smoking. Really enjoyed smoking. But seeing the cost of what I'm saving is enjoyable as well, I've got to admit. It's very enjoyable. So yeah, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with these videos yet. You'll probably see them tied up and smashed together with stuff that I do on my phone, as well as I do at the camera on the computer. I just want to give an honest opinion of things, because there's a lot of crap out there. There's a lot of lies out there. There's a lot of American stories out there which have very little application to the UK. I mean, even in the UK, you can have one hospital that tells you have to do this, you have another hospital that tells you have to do that. So this is applicable to me. It's also a male perspective. There's a lot of female perspectives out there. I'm sure lots of men go through this, but I don't think lots of men want to be so public about it. When I was first accepted for this line of treatment, I was a little bit ashamed and I didn't tell anybody. But now I'm like, fuck it. Everyone's going to know, everyone's going to see. There's no point in hiding it. Being a general manager at a restaurant, you know, I've got 40 people below me. They're going to see the difference in what I'm eating. They're going to see me losing weight. They're going to see that I'm off work for 3 weeks. So I can either be honest with it and hope they'll support me, which so far they have, or I can try and hide it and lie about it, which just seems pointless. So yeah, I'm telling everybody. Why not? It's me. It's what's happening to me. If you're okay with that, cool. If you don't care, well, you don't care. If you want to take the piss, take the piss. I've been fat my whole life. People have taken the piss out of me my whole life. So why should I care about you taking the piss out of me because of surgery? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm going to collect some videos together. I'm going to try and splice it together and try and make some kind of video out of this. Might see if teams are interested in having the video or parts of the video for things they want to do. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be honest. I am going to talk about dumping syndrome if I have it. I am going to talk about what made me throw up. I am going to talk about loose skin at the end of it. Hopefully I have some, you know. I'll see it as like a triumphant badge rather than something, again, to be ashamed of. I lost weight when I was younger to get girls and to look good. I'm losing weight this time to be healthy, to be there for my daughter, to be there for my wife, to be able to physically do everything I need to do, and to not die and leave them alone, which is what's going to happen if I don't do something about this. So expect to see truth, because that's what the whole point of this is. I ain't going to bullshit you. I ain't going to fairy coat it. This isn't an advert for gastric bypass. I'm not sponsored by a hospital. This is just going to be me and my real story, and I hope you can appreciate that. I may never send this out to anyone. I may just use it as a way of reminding myself in 2 years' time not to go back to how I was. But yeah, thanks very much for listening, and I guess I'll pick this up closer to my surgery date, 2nd of March. Amazing. Thank you.